welcome back. We have two special guests here with us today from the AWS BugBust team. We have Alex Bush, Head of Product Marketing for AI Services, and Vishnu Parimi, Principal Product Manager for CodeGuru. Alex and Vishnu, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you, Robert.
So, AWS BugBust. I'm pretty excited. I don't think I did a very good job of explaining what it was. I'm sure you can do 1,000 times better. Please, Alex, what is BugBust and why is it so exciting?
Yeah, thanks, Robert. So yes, AWS BugBust is the first global competition for developers to collectively fix 1 million software bugs and save $100 million in costs around the world. Our aim is to change the game, like quite literally, for how a bug bash is performed. And help developers take their code reviews and their application profiling and optimizations to the next level. And it uses machine learning. So you were explaining about CodeGuru earlier. It integrates CodeGuru and it uses machine learning to do all the hard work. So developers can just go ahead and have some fun busting bugs. It's available in the console and it provides the ability for teams to create their own private bug bust events. It has built-in leaderboards that are private and secure. You can set rewards for your teams and obviously bring a little friendly competition to your day-to-day bug bashing events. So yeah, CodeGuru automatically will scan your code. It will weed out all of those gnarly bugs that you can't find. All you have to do is bust the bugs and there will be prizes and rewards up for grabs. And that includes a trip to reInvent for the top 10 bug busters and the top 10 enterprises who contribute the most bugs to the mission to bust as many, 1 million bugs around the world. That's it in a nutshell.
So is this one big event or companies putting on different events or how is that working?
Yeah, it's a combination of the two. So we want to be able to build this camaraderie and support for the global developer community. So having this collective challenge and mission to fix 1 million bugs and save as many dollars as possible is the one big event. But in order to contribute to that, we're going to transform what you do on your day-to-day bug bash. So organizations and DevOps teams can go directly into the console, build their own event. They invite their participants, you score points in those events, and then those points get added to the global leaderboard and contribute to the 1 million bugs that we want to bust around the world. So you can have your own private events, and then that all contributes to the one big challenge and the overall global leaderboard that you will compete on to get a trip to reInvent this year.
Oops.
Excellent.
Looks like I was on mute, sorry. A trip to reInvent. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? So if, let's say, somebody wins the top prize, how many trips are we offering and what does that include?
Yeah, so there's 10 trips up for grabs. They're expenses paid, so we'll fly you out to reInvent, and you'll get your hotel paid for and a little bit of spending money as well. And so once you're on the leaderboard, you can compete against all the developers from around the world. So the top 10 will go. And then we're also going to offer the enterprises who contribute the most bugs to the global bug jar, and in that 1 million, the opportunity to send their best bug buster as well. And that'll be 10 tickets that way. So a total of 20 opportunities to win an expenses paid trip to reInvent.
That's fantastic. And I just want to give a quick plug to reInvent for those of you who may not have heard of reInvent or might not have had an opportunity to attend reInvent in person this year. First of all, reInvent is in person this year. It is happening in Las Vegas, as it always does. And because it's Las Vegas, while the key event is, of course, learning about AWS and attending all the launches, there's a lot of fun stuff to do there. And this trip is a blast. There's concerts, there's fun activities that we run, there's an arcade. I mean, if you just go search for videos of past reInvents, you'll see what it's like. And I guarantee you it's a great time. And
we are going to be celebrating the ultimate bug busters when we're there too. So it will come with VIP treatment, and a fun and exciting new challenge that we're currently developing. So more to come on that.
So real quick on that, companies are already doing these bug bust challenges internally today, right?
They are, yes, and
Okay.
they're doing it, and they generally do it manually, and it's hard,
Okay.
and it can be
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
tedious, right? But what this does is it's a new service that's directly in the console, and in just a few clicks, you can set up a bug bash. You can set the parameters, you can set what rewards you want to do, you can automatically invite your team to participate, so anybody from around the world can compete and have a little bit of friendly competition with their teammates. You can also learn like best practices as you're going along, and it will automatically find the bugs. The bugs will be ready, and then once you hit the clock and the clock starts ticking, the bugs are ready to be claimed, and the teams go battle it out and bust as many bugs as they can. And it all happens
got it.
automatically within the console. There's no
Yep,
heavy.
yep.
I think you brought up
and this,
oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Yeah, Alex, I think you brought up a really interesting point about this being a feature that allows you to conduct bug hunts in a remote way, in a distributed way. You know, as with, I'm sure a lot of folks here tuning into the call, remote work is increasingly becoming the norm. And if this tool can help orchestrate bug bashes, can help build that camaraderie and that sense of friendly competition when you have a distributed team, I think that's something that's really worth considering. You know, maybe a lot of companies have suspended their internal bug bashes because of the nature of remote work. So given that context, what does it look like to organize a successful bug bash, either in person or remote?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's as simple as just a few clicks in the console. You just need an administrator, so somebody who's going to be leading the event, and then they connect those events to the repos. And again, the best part about this is it really is revolutionizing the entire process, because it is using the machine learning. So the chances are you're going to find many, many more bugs because you're using Amazon CodeGuru Reviewer and Profiler. And then it's going to help you remediate those issues as well and help you fix them quickly. So the race will be on. But yes, it's as simple as just going into the consoles, starting your event, connecting to the repo that you want to scan, and then release the bugs to be busted to your teams.
So for the leaderboard that is tracking individual developers, their bug count, how are we making sure that the data is shown either in aggregate, or it's not? Basically, I'm trying to understand like the security behind it to make sure that either my name or my company's like bug number is not being shared widely.
Yeah, so the collective total is completely anonymized. It's just a simple count, so we don't know what the issue was, how it was fixed, how much. It's just a simple count. It's completely anonymized. Individuals on the leaderboard will create their profiles, so they can have a whatever name alias that they decide to pick. You could be Curly Braces but you don't have to submit which company you're in. And it's all completely anonymized, and it's done on a points basis. It's not done on a bug count basis, and the points are calculated in order of severity of the bugs. So you can pick a much more severe bug and get many more points, or you can just go after all the little ones and collect lots of points by the easy ones. But it's all completely anonymized, all completely secure. There will be no sharing of what the issue or the vulnerability might have been.
Okay. And who's determining the severity of the bug? Is that based off of like a bug tracker, or is that what the developer says, or is that how we as in like CodeGuru determining that?
Yeah, we've determined that just to keep it an even playing field. And I guess, and I might bring Vishnu in here just to explain the categorization of the severity of the bugs.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. So yes, as Alex said, we do determine the severity of the bugs. Now, one of the cool things of this process is when you create the event, the admin associates a repository. CodeGuru runs behind the scenes, automatically analyzes it for the developers and figures out where the bugs are. And in doing so, we categorize them and we assign points based on the severity.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
It all sounds so automagical. I love that.
It
I love that
is.
we can be anonymous because I think my name for this competition is going to be Little Bobby Drop Tables. Anyway, this again, I'm kind of curious. What is this? What does an example of one of these successful bug bashes look like from the ground? You kind of talked about the admin side and how easy it is to spin up one of these, but from the developer's perspective, participating in this, what does that look like? Do we have an example that we can talk about?
Yeah, we did run some customers in beta. They had a ton of fun, but really it's as simple as you just go in, create your alias. Now you're in the global competition, and you can run as many events after that as you like and participate in as many events within your organization as you like. And then you go in, you claim a bug that's in the pile of bugs that have been associated with the event. And then you just go to work, but you can go to work against your teammates. The customers were having a lot of fun trying to pull each other up and distract each other so that they wouldn't fix the bug before them. They also learned a lot. Like we had one developer say, I didn't know about Java before I ran this event. I've now like picked up some extra skills that I didn't have before. So there's a lot of knowledge transfer to be had as well. But yeah, it's as simple as you fix the bug, then and Vishnu, you can jump in here, but essentially you just put it back into the repository, CodeGuru scans it, says it's fixed, and then automatically adds your points to the leaderboard. And then at the end of the event, all of those points will be put onto the global challenge leaderboard where you'll compete with developers from around the world as they run their bug bash events as well.
Yeah, so we've talked about this a little bit. So some of these bugs are actually automatically detected, and that's happening through CodeGuru, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And what does the admin side look like on who's setting up their that side of it?
Yeah, so the admin can be anyone who is interested in reducing the code complexity, right? Like, or code maintainability. And they can be a software development manager. It can be a central IT services team that wants to run a bug hunt or bug bust event across the whole organization. So you just have to go to the CodeGuru console, create an event, get permissions to the repository, and provide permissions to the participant, and send out an email of the link where the participants can just click in and join the event.
Okay.
Now, just what kinds of integrations does this support? Because we mentioned CodeGuru has certain support for certain languages, but what are the different integrations available today as part of this announcement?
Yeah, so today, AWS BugBust supports Java and Python languages, and with respect to integrations, we do support the major cloud repositories out there. So GitHub Cloud, Bitbucket Cloud, and Code Commit. We also support CI/CD through GitHub Actions, which was announced earlier, along with AWS BugBust. More CI/CD integrations are coming in, so stay tuned in the future.
So does that mean that BugBust can run against multiple repos?
It can. So as an admin, you could potentially import bugs from multiple repos and then give it out to the participants. And in the participant portal, there is a cool search functionality where they can search it based on the repo that they are most familiar with, and then go ahead and fix bugs there.
Okay, I'm really looking forward to seeing this in action, but I have one last question before we get to the demo, and that is, does BugBust or CodeGuru, do they automatically file bugs for you, like into your bug tracking system?
Well, that is the most requested feature. It doesn't at launch, but yes, it is highly prioritized in our list. I mean, that would be cool, right? Like, we automatically file bugs in your bug tracking system, or even import existing bugs in your bug tracking system.
Sure.
And that's something that we are working on.
Good to hear. Yeah. Well, I heard the word demo and my ears perked up. I'm sure everybody thinking right now is super excited to see this magical solution in action. So we're going to switch to a holding screen. We'll be back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. And then we will be off to the races with our demo. All right, Vishnu, we were promised a demo and you are here to deliver. What are we looking at? Take it away.
Sure. So first, there are two workflows that we talked about in earlier. So the first workflow is the admin workflow. So we will go ahead and show how to create a BugBust event. So you come onto the CodeGuru console, you log into it, and you can see a new pane on the left, which is called BugBust. And then you click on getting started, you'll see this page. The next thing is you create an event. It'll show you the rules and scoring. So you can see here, like how would we categorize severity and how we provide points for every bug. And similarly for profiling groups. So you can even attach your application profiles and make improvements. And then we compute your CPU usage before and after the improvement to calculate like what is the percentage of CPU improvement you've gotten. So click on next. You then are asked to create a BugBust player account, even as an admin. And then here I've already created one and I've already signed on to it. Then you click on next. Now you provide basic information. So I will give test BugBust event, test event. And you can really set the start time here. It's actually set for an hour from now. So, and then you can set the start and end time, which is the duration that you want to run the BugBust for. You can run the BugBust for a max of 30 days. And then you give prizes, like you can say $100 gift card. This is the company can choose to award their winners because this is a company hosted event. And you can say AWS swag. So once you've determined the prizes, you click next, you review all the information, and well, you've created the event right now. So it's so easy to create an event. So once you've created an event, you have to import work items. And this is where we have talked about you can import bugs that from CodeGuru Reviewer. So you associate your repository with CodeGuru Reviewer and you run an analysis. So let's say you don't have anything and you're coming in for the first time. You can create a new repository analysis. It'll take you to the CodeGuru Reviewer page. You can select a repository. In here, it's showing all my repositories in GitHub because I've already logged into it. And then you run an analysis. Just in an interest of time, I've pre-run the analysis. So you can see a couple of them that are listed here. So I select one of them. I think there was a question earlier whether we can do multiple repositories. So you can see you can have a multiple selection in here, and then you can save changes.
Okay, hang on, Vishnu, can you explain one moment what exactly is a repository analysis? Because that doesn't seem like the same thing as a repository itself.
Yeah, so if you click on a repository, so what happens here is we have to identify the bugs in the repository, right? So CodeGuru Reviewer has to analyze your repository. So what you do here is you associate the repository, you say it's a master branch that you want to analyze, and then you do a create full repository analysis. And once you do that, you can see that once this analysis is complete, CodeGuru identified 128 bugs. And all these 128 bugs can now be imported into this event. And that's what you do here by selecting these.
I see. So if I understand correctly, an analysis is an instance where CodeGuru has run against a repo and found a number of outstanding issues. Is that right?
Correct, correct.
Okay. And so you can kind of take pre-run analyses. For example, you could have, although you created the event today, you could have run this analysis 2 weeks ago against a release cut of this particular repo. Is that right?
That's right. That's exactly right. So you can take a pre-run analysis, or you can run an analysis, a fresh analysis right now. both are supported.
Does it also run a continuous analysis? People are checking code in constantly, right? So is it also doing it continuously or on any sort of scheduled basis, or is that separate from this?
Yeah, that's a good question. So when you're actually running the event itself, let's say you're participating in bug hunt, right? At a point of time, you have run the analysis and you have imported the bugs. And during the duration of the bug hunt event, you fix a lot of issues. So when you fix those issues, we continuously run the analysis and move all those bugs which are fixed to the fixed portal.
Got
I
it.
can show it once we move it into the player workflow. So if you see, like now there were one repository that I've associated and there were 15 bugs in that repository that were imported in here. You can see the bug trend. So right now at the start of the event, all the bugs are unclaimed. And as developers keep start participating, they claim their bugs. And when they fix their bugs, you'll automatically see this updated across the whole event. So last step for the administrator is to invite the players. So it's an easy one. You have to just copy this text. You can see that in this text, we ask participant to log on to the AWS account where the event is hosted and use the role where they have permissions. The admin has to provide the permissions and then just click on this link to start participating. So I just copy everything, and then you send out an email. So once I receive the email, now I shift myself to a participant role. I can, I've already logged into the AWS account. So now I go ahead, change my browsers and copy paste on the link here that I got from my admin. So now you can see this is the participant portal. This is what they see when they click on the event. And then you can now select and say, join the event, right? You get a pop-up saying that these are the emails associated. This is important because the emails that you associate are the ones that you have your source repository in, and I will go deeper into it. So now you have joined the event. You can see that the event has 15 bugs. And if you go to the bugs, you can actually see all the bugs in here. So this is what the participant sees when they log in. They see all these, and then they can start claiming. Now, because an event needs to be created in the future, I won't be able to test claiming bugs here. So I have pre-created another event that is currently active, which I will move into. So this is another pre-created event that is currently active. So you can see the same workflow. So we have created it yesterday. So you can see the bug trend day over day. And you can see the profile, right? Like you can say that you have fixed one bug and I've gotten 3 points because I've fixed one bug. And I can see in the leaderboard. So this is how the leaderboard will look like. So I'm the participant. I've gotten 3 points. I've fixed one bug. Now, if I have like 20 people participating in it, you will actually see points from everyone in here. So I go back to the bugs. Now, if I want to fix a new bug, so I go ahead, I search the bug that I want to fix. So I'll actually try to fix a batch operation in here. So what this bug, so I'll first claim this bug, mentioning that I have the reservation to fix this bug. Now I'll go into the claim bug and read what this is. This message is saying that there's a better API that you can use in this file that will be faster in performing batch operations. So now what I do is I copy the link. I go to my source repo. So currently in this particular case, my source repo is GitHub. And if you see, I then go to the file in my repository. I click on this, I click on the query editor.java, and you can see which line number it is. It is 166. So you go to 166. And you see there is a delete message in here. So what it says is instead of delete message, you can use delete message batch. So I'll just copy it. I'll edit the file. 166. and delete message batch. And once I do my changes, now I commit my changes, I have to create a new pull request to do it. This is very important because unless you create a pull request and then merge it, which is, by the way, a good developer process, CodeGuru then automatically analyzes this pull request or your merged pull request to provide you points. So now I've created a pull request. Now you could follow your normal process of manually reviewing it if it exists in your organization. And then once it is done, now you merge your pull request to the main branch. I confirm the merge. And once it's done, CodeGuru behind the scenes now starts working. It'll analyze this pull request and it will give you points. Now that will take some time. So while it does that, you can always go back and claim more bugs in here and start fixing them. Now, what you can see here is you can see the status of your pull requests. So here you can see that the pull request that I've raised, it was successful. We have already analyzed. So the number of bug fixes I made was number 1, and I made it in this repository. So this is in a nutshell of how it works.
So are you, I just want to make sure I'm clear on this. You have to create a pull request,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
you do have to merge it in before BugBust will do its analysis.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, we put that process in place because we didn't want the events where developers just come and raise pull requests, but ultimately the bugs are never pushed into the main branch.
Right. That makes sense.
Can you go back to the leaderboards tab for a moment?
This is the leaderboard.
Okay, now Alex said earlier that if I do well enough in one of these bug busts, that I get to go to win a trip to ReInvent. Where can I see the global leaderboards?
So the global leaderboard can be seen on the AWS BugBust page, where you see there's one event that my company ran, and you can imagine there will be many events that other companies run, and we will collate all the information together in that global event leaderboard. I mean, I can search it, but it is actually live on the AWS BugBust page.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll try and get a link into chat for everyone for that.
Yeah.
Okay, but the workflow is that I just participate in my company's or my project's private bug hunt bug bust event, and then as I accrue points to my, it looks like there's an identifier here, sequential engineer, and then there's a hashtag with a number behind it. That's your identifier that's going to show up as on the global leaderboard. Is that how that works?
Yes. So that's the profile creation. You create a profile when you click on the link, and if it's the first time that you're joining any BugBust event, you get to create that profile.
Mm-hmm. And then earlier when you were showing the workflow, where as an admin you create one of these events, and then there's a instruction, almost like an email template that says, "Hey, copy paste this, send this to your folks," and it says instructions like log in with your Amazon account. Can we take a look at that again?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So this is meant to be sent out via email to your entire dev team that you expect to participate in this event, correct?
Correct.
Got it.
And
okay. And then when it says, in step 1, log into your AWS account, does this work with AWS single sign-on when we know we have a lot of customers who are really federating these identities, the AWS account identities with something like LDAP? Does this work with that?
Yes. So you can use any single sign-on federated identity. You can use Isengard, you can use Conduit, or whatever your company is set up with. Now, we do this because we take security very seriously. So by doing this, you are authorizing explicitly a player to be participating in that event, so that no external player who doesn't have that authorization can look at your bugs or look at your code. And we also show the policy that if you click on this, you actually have the policy that you can copy paste and into a role and give permissions to that role, or the participants can assume that role.
let me make sure I understand this. This is very interesting because so if let's say Jenna and I are conducting one of these things, and I create a bug bust event, I copy paste this email template, send it to Jenna, and then she logs in. You're saying, I'm checking my understanding here. Are you saying that if her role doesn't have that IAM policy attached to it, that she will not be able to participate in the bug hunt?
Correct. If she doesn't have permissions to that role that has this IAM policy, she won't be able to participate.
Got it. So I have to make sure that everybody who logs in has that policy attached effectively.
Correct. And this is, you don't need to explicitly do it, right? Like roles are automatically generally there within enterprises. You have to choose a role and attach the policy to that.
Right. So I would choose something like the developer role, attach the policy, but that is a step that I have to take before I create the event. Is that the recommendation?
Correct. Yeah. So we put in this information in here before you send out the email. Make sure that all players have access to this event.
Awesome. Well, are there any other features or any highlights you want to point out here in the console?
So if you see, here now you can see that. You can see that my points are awarded. So if you see, there are 2 bugs that were fixed right now. So this is the second bug that I've fixed, and my points got updated. And you can see even in the leaderboard, my points get updated. So it's pretty quick since you have put in your fixes. You can also claim 10 bugs up to at once. You can claim 10 bugs at once and have one fix for all those 10 bugs so that you're more efficient in getting your points.
And if I claim a bug, then Robert can't steal a bug from me, or he can't work on that.
Correct.
Okay. Unless he does it on the sly.
Correct.
He just wouldn't get points for it.
Wait. Now that's a very interesting use case. So what if Jenna claims a bug and then I submit the fix as a PR? What happens then?
So if you submit the fix as a PR, Jenna gets, so you don't get points for that PR. Whenever Jenna submits that PR fix for the bug, Jenna will get the points.
So before I do any work, I need to check whether or not that credit's going to me.
Yeah, you have to claim your bugs.
Wow, this is a really comprehensive service that you're showing us here. I mean, it seems like it's very easy to use. It's very easy to get started with. A lot of the IAM policy stuff, I can't imagine it being any simpler than that.
Yeah, the cool thing is you don't have the admin manually look at it and award points, right? We automatically figure out whether your fix has fixed the bug and then automatically award points. So it's in a way very automatic and self-serve to run this event.
Right, and then and I assume a lot of people thinking about participating in this have their eyes on the prize of one of those sweet trips to reInvent. Suppose for a moment that we have somebody in chat who is top of the leaderboard here. How are they going to be contacted? What's the process for kind of identifying them as one of the grand prize winners?
So we will have their details because we are asking them to create profiles. Although their profile ID is associated with an email. So we will take the list and then contact them.
Okay.
So make sure that emails from Amazon don't go into spam. So you might be missing a reInvent ticket.
Yeah, that's a good recommendation. Make sure your email filter is let through emails from Amazon. That way you can get your reInvent ticket and your other reInvent communications too, I imagine. That's a good idea. Well, Vishnu, any parting thoughts, any words before we switch over to the next section?
Yeah, one final thought, the bug hunt is free to try for the first 30 days. You can actually, within that 30-day duration, host as many bug hunts as you can, as long as you start and finish within those 30 days. So take advantage of it.